The industrial world of Gorath Primus stood as a monument to human resilience, its chimneys piercing the toxin-laden skies. The 39th Regiment of the Imperial Guard, including Corporal Darek Thal, had been deployed to quell an insurrection. Reports spoke of a cult rooted among the workers, worshippers of a mysterious entity that promised change and liberation. Darek was a simple soldier, born and raised on an agricultural world. Like many others, he had been conscripted into the Imperial Guard without any aspirations for glory. Yet, deep down, he harbored a dream of being remembered, of becoming something more than a faded name in the Guard's records. When the troops landed on Gorath Primus, they found a city in ruins. The inhabitants had barricaded themselves inside towering industrial complexes, and obscene graffiti covered every wall. Change is power. Humanity is ready for its destiny. Arcane, intricate symbols seemed to writhe under the sickly glow of sodium lamps. Darek led a small squad during a nighttime patrol. The city was silent, too silent. His breath condensed in the cold air, and every shadow seemed to hide a threat. Suddenly, a figure darted out of the darkness. It was a worker, his face scarred and etched with runes. Before Darek could react, the man shouted,
"The Emperor has never listened to you, soldier. Tzeentch has already written your fate."
With a flash, Darek's lace gun silenced the man, but the scream echoed in his mind. That night, as he tried to sleep in the camp, his dreams changed everything. In the dream, Darek was different. No longer a mere soldier, he was a commander clad in splendid golden armor, his face illuminated by the Emperor's light. He stood atop a hill, his bloodied sword raised to the heavens, and below him stretched a battlefield littered with the bodies of defeated enemies. His comrades cheered him. "Darek, the hero of Gorath Primus, the saint of the 39th!" Darek was overwhelmed by an indescribable warmth. "So this is what it means to serve the Emperor," he thought. "To be remembered, to be venerated." The dream continued for what felt like an eternity. He saw himself leading his regiment to victory on Gorath Primus, annihilating the cult with a ferocity that would have made even the Astartes tremble. He saw his name inscribed in prayer books, his face sculpted into imperial cathedrals. Even the regimental captain knelt before him, proclaiming him a living saint. But beneath the glory, a shadow began to take form. In the corner of his vision, a figure watched him, cloaked in multicolored robes. Its eyes glowed with an unsettling light, and Darek heard a voice whispering,
"This is your destiny, Darek. A destiny I have written myself. All this can be yours, but only if you accept change."
Darek awoke with a start, cold sweat dripping down his back. The dream had left him exhilarated but disturbed. The figure haunted him, yet the visions of glory were too beautiful to ignore. In the days that followed, the dream persisted. Every night, Darek saw new triumphs. Entire star systems liberated under his command, impossible battles won, his canonization decreed by the Adeptus Ministorum itself. And each night, the cloaked figure drew closer, its whispers more insistent.
"Eternal glory, Darek. Just one step toward change."
Darek began to confuse the dream with reality. During battles, he saw enemies fall too easily, felt a superhuman strength guiding his strikes. His comrades looked at him with admiration, some even calling him the Blessed One. What if it's all a lie? What if this light, this glory, is a trap? But how could it be? I've seen with my own eyes what I've accomplished. The lives saved, my comrades' admiration. The Emperor. I feel him. Isn't this what faith feels like? This warmth coursing through me. This conviction that every sacrifice has meaning. But why then does this voice persist? This doubt scratching at the edges of my mind? I can't betray what I've done. I can't question my own heroism. And yet, something doesn't add up. The ease with which everything has happened, the way the enemy crumbled, the way victory was handed to me like a gift. But the Emperor doesn't give gifts. The Emperor demands. He demands sweat, blood, and sacrifice. So why don't I feel pain? Why doesn't this triumph weigh on me? No, it's just exhaustion. It's the war breaking me. But what if I'm wrong? What if this light surrounding me isn't from the Emperor's sun, but something darker? That night, however, Darek reached the pinnacle of his glory. He stood before the Emperor's golden throne, surrounded by applause and prayers. But as he knelt, the throne crumbled into a vortex of feathers, flames, and demonic laughter. The cloaked figure appeared before him, finally revealed as Tzeentch, the god of change.
Welcome, my champion.
The god whispered, its 1,000 voices weaving into a chilling symphony.
All this glory, isn't it what you've always desired? Now, you are mine.
The dream became a nightmare. The faces of Darek's comrades melted into horrific masks, their bodies twisted into unnatural shapes. The glory was revealed to be an illusion. Darek jolted awake, his heart pounding. But this time, reality was even colder. He felt the icy metal of a bolter pressed against the back of his head. The Commissar's voice broke the silence.
Darek Thal, you are charged with psychic contamination and treason. By order of the Imperium, you will be purified. Any last words?
Darek couldn't speak. Time and reality had slipped away. Perhaps it had all been a dream, an endless illusion. The Commissar's cold, unyielding voice was the brutal awakening to Tzeentch's machination, a cruel call back to the truth of the Imperium. The god's laughter echoed in his mind, rising into a deafening chorus. Then the bolter pressed harder against his skull, and it fired. A deafening roar, then silence and darkness. His body fell heavily to the ground as a cold stillness descended on the camp. But in the warp, there was no peace. Darek's essence writhed, trapped in a vortex of impossible colors. Every fragment of his soul was slowly woven into an infinite tapestry, a scheme too vast and intricate to comprehend.
You served well, little soldier.
A voice whispered from all directions. It was soft, seductive, yet sharp as a blade.
You were but a pawn, yet even pawns have their purpose.
Darek tried to scream, to rebel, but he had no voice left. Only the laughter of Tzeentch remained, echoing endlessly. The god of change observed his eternal tapestry, its 1,000 threads intertwining and shifting without end, and with a delicate touch moved a new piece forward.
Another step toward everything and nothing.
Tzeentch murmured.
And so, the game continues.
On the battlefield, under the ashen skies of Gorath Primus, the soldiers of the 39th Regiment marched on, oblivious to the fate awaiting each of them. Above, amidst the restless clouds, a pulse of energy stirred, ready to weave new illusions, new heroes, and new tragedies.